Hey, folks, and welcome back to Writer's Bone Friday Coffee. It's been a while since we've done one of these, mainly because Dave Pez and I no longer share an office.
No, that's right. You guys are now...
Which means the fumigators in there, they're like, what is that smell? What is happening?
The fact that you guys share a small space together, and I know your internal systems to be somewhat like mine. It's like, I'm surprised the ceiling didn't start collapsing to deteriorate.
It was rough. People would come and be like, "Oh, there's some good man fun going on here." We were just sitting there like, "Yeah, well, we can't control it."
I hate the fact that I work with nothing but women around me. As much as I enjoy my coworkers, I'm like, I have gas.
I just want a door. That's all I want.
Yeah, I just want a door.
So this is your first appearance on Friday Coffee.
It feels good. It feels right. I feel like I have a lot to bring to this.
You do.
I don't.
The standards are set very low. I mean, high. I meant high.
High. Yeah. I like how we can hear the coffee brewing in the background, even though it's almost 8 o'clock at night.
Yeah, usually it's the people at Trident who are making all the noise.
Yeah, we'll do a Trident. We'll
get back there. Yeah.
So we were talking, and the topic for this coffee session is the main character.
Dun dun dun.
And should you kill him? Should you kill your main character?
Or her.
Or her.
Yeah.
Sorry to be sexist. Should you kill your main character?
Sorry to be sexist. I wasn't calling you out. I'm just saying it could be a her.
It could be a her. Your main character could be a woman if you want to disappoint readers.
Oh, man.
You get so many hate. No. So we're talking about, if you have a main character, should you kill him at all?
Yeah.
And something that comes to mind is Max Allen Collins, Two for the Money. His character in that, Nolan, is very much like Robert Stark's character, Parker, a criminal mastermind, goes by one name. He's always robbing stuff. In the ending of Two for the Money, the Nolan character, I found out, originally was supposed to die.
Interesting.
He was supposed to be shot and killed and then die in the backseat of a car.
Huh.
And the ending was he kind of just goes and lives his life.
Right.
I was actually really happy with him dying. It felt and not like, yes, I hate that guy.
Woo! He's dead.
And I'm just dancing. I pull down an American flag. Sparks go off. Born in the USA plays in the background. No, it's more like it would have felt right. That character's end would have really felt right. Yes, if he had died that way, pulling off a bank heist, getting double crossed, it would have felt like that's okay. That's how he should have gone out.
Right.
That's how the character would have wanted to go out.
Yeah.
But what do you think?
It depends, because in a great one-off, that happens sometimes. And it works really well.
Yeah.
When you're like, all right, well, that's it. Cut and dry. Things happen. The main character died. Normally it feels natural. Like, all right, that's cool.
Yeah.
Other times, I don't know if you've seen this movie called 15 Minutes with...
Robert De Niro.
Ed Burns and Robert De Niro. And they kill Robert De Niro off.
That's the one thing.
25 minutes before the movie ends. I'm like, what are you doing? You just killed Robert De Niro. And they literally have a parade for... He's a police officer in New York.
The most celebrated police officer, because he is always. And we have some moments.
And I don't mean a parade. I mean he won the World Series, and it wasn't a funeral. It wasn't like a funeral march for all these cops. It was a I remember, I think they went through Times Square, which is insane. They would do that. His face was on the billboard.
Eddie something, and it was because Kelsey Grammer was his, the reporter.
Yes, right.
That movie had its moments.
First of all, Kelsey Grammer is a reporter. You've gone too far. You've gone way too far.
Not a Florida boy.
Yeah.
But that is true. But I like that in that movie, 15 Minutes. I really enjoyed, because the actual character that you follow most throughout 15 Minutes is Ed Burns' character, who's the fire marshal.
Yeah.
That's who you follow.
But he's so boring. Here's my thing. For a main character's death to be effective, you have to have really strong characters around him or her.
Yeah. Or
it has to come at the end where it doesn't matter. Where the movie's going to end, or ends with his death, and that's it.
Yeah.
Then the last scene in the movie is, the graveyard scene, where it's like the weeping, wilting widow or widower, whatever. Or it happens earlier, but you're invested in the characters around him more than that character. Yeah. So when he dies, it's like, all right, I've lost something, but I haven't completely lost this entire movie or book.
Mm-hmm. Still talking about 15 Minutes.
By the way, this is the longest discussion on 15 Minutes that anyone has ever had in history.
I could do a lot more. There's a lot of scenes in there that I really enjoy. I mean, I like that they killed off the main character. I feel like it's fitting sometimes. But here's something. What if it's a long-running character, Alex Cross, Harry Bosch, Reacher. You know, there's two ways you can end a character. You can end it with the final book just being the character walks into the sunset, which is acceptable. But
it happens.
I also wouldn't mind if a character just died.
Yeah.
Like, if Harry Bosch was like, the last thing he did was like...
slip in the bathroom, crack his head. Not even on the job.
You know, with that, Harry discharged his bow. He looked up into the sky and said, "Not yet," and then died.
Just has a heart attack on the crapper. He went the way of Elvis. Yeah.
But yeah, well, isn't that look, Elvis died on the... I mean, not everyone has a graceful end.
Yeah.
So...
very few people have like a quote-unquote cool end.
No, I mean...
that seems like it sucks a lot.
It does. Yeah. It does. The only thing I can think of is...
I thought you were going to say the only time I died.
The only time I died was this once in Tijuana. There's, if you remember Parks and Rec...
yeah.
Jared Gergich.
Yes.
Do you remember his final, his like skip ahead 15 years?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what
I like that. Yeah.
I mean, that's the only time I think death was quote unquote cool.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
But yeah, that's the thing. I feel like it's acceptable to kill your main character in a long running series if that's the final. Like, like if Michael Connelly, Lee Charles, like one of them had Alzheimer's and it's just like, this is it. This is the last one. I don't care if the story's that great. I really want the real story to be about the character knowing it's going to come to an end.
Interesting. Yeah, I can see that. Another guy that we've had on the show actually a couple times, James Rollins.
Yeah.
He said has killed off many people in his books. Does that lessen over time? Like that kind of surprise you get? Do you expect it going in, or
no? You don't. That's the thing. The thing is, it's like a roller coaster. You know what's going to happen,
right?
But you're still like excited for it.
Got it.
You know that it's going to go up and then go down.
Right.
Same with a haunted house. You never walked into a haunted house going, "Oh, what is this? Oh my God, there's hauntings in it."
Oh, I like that analogy. That's pretty good.
You know.
So you know something's going to happen, but you don't know what. So you're still somewhat surprised.
Oh yeah, I mean, the first book, Sandstorm, there's a great scene where one of the characters is talking to another one who, based on what you would see from most stories, the two characters would have a long-running history throughout the book, or have much more. And then all of a sudden, he kills one. Not even gracefully, like they're talking, and the character gets his head shut off. You're like, what the hell?
Right.
And that's great, because you're excited. I like that. There shouldn't be safety wires.
I agree. And I think that's why Game of Thrones is so popular among people, is you know that no one is safe in that show. No one is safe. Except for Bran, who's so fucking boring that they don't have the heart to kill him off. They're like, we're just not going to have him in the show. Is that the midget? I know that's probably not the proper term. No, he's one of the sons of Ned Stark. It doesn't matter. Yeah. He's probably going to be the linchpin of the whole thing, and it's probably not going to be... It's fine, yeah. So there's... I think that's great with the Game of Thrones series, is since you have so many characters, you can connect to them, but also you can kill one off and not really lose much. Right. That's a good point. That's something. And that's what James Rowlands does, is that he can kill a character, but he has like a whole catalog. Right. And he crosses books, too, which he did with the last book. With the 10th book, he crossed over with the previous book. Right. Have you seen like a movie or read a book where it's not done well? Where they're doing it just for shock value and it doesn't quite fit? Like, can you imagine if someone like Dirty Harry died at the end of Dirty Harry? Spoiler alert, I guess. I mean, I would really like that. Like, if the other guy got the drop on him. Right. I would go, whoa, that is surprising. No, I can't think of any. There's actually one book that comes to mind, which I've brought up before, Hunting Down Amanda by Andrew Clayton. Yeah. It's a great, spoilers, I'm sorry. Main character dies. And it's this great moment, too, because it isn't your normal, like, I died saving someone else. Like, he actually could be saved, but can't. Right. The person who could save him doesn't. Gotcha. Do you like when people, the writer makes it seem like the person died and then they wake up in like a hospital somewhere, and it's like rarely. No, like I think Michael Connelly did it okay in the first Harry Bosch and the Black Echo, where he's in the, I guess, the spoiler alert, where he's in the sewer and then someone comes to save him. But he can kind of hear and see what's going on, so he knows as he's fading. And obviously, that Conley's not going to kill off this guy in his first novel.
Great, though, if he did.
Yeah.
You're like, whoa!
It would have been cool.
Cool. I don't mind it done that way. I just finished Mr. Mercedes by Stephen King. Oh, sorry. I forgot. Something like that happens at the end.
Right.
And I already know because I kind of glanced at the second book that it's kind of comes back, and it does. Right. I don't know how I feel about it. It just it depends if it's done well. I think anything is really acceptable if it's done well.
That's a good point. Yeah.
And there's very few things I'll watch out that'll be like, oh, they didn't do that. That was done well, but it was a stupid plot.
Gotcha. You know what's nice about Trident? They bring the coffee to you. Like the coffee's done now, and I can smell it, and I'm like, man, I'd like a good cup of coffee. Yeah, I'm just expecting a waitress to come over and be like, oh, would you like another cup of coffee? Why, yes. Yes, I would.
It's actually Stephanie and Alex from Trident are here. They're just drinking coffee. Like, whoa, how do you guys get in here? And they both pull guns, and they're like, all right, get in the other room. What? And he's like, Sean, you see you going through a window. Bye, Dan!
Alex, who has contributed.
He did.
Yeah, he's become an official crew member. He's on our contributors.
We need to sit down with him again because they're both. It was interesting to see their points of view because she's doing the business side and he was still on the creative side. Right. Yeah. I want to bring those two back. That's the point, though. Should you kill your main character? Yeah. Done well. Yeah.
Done and just make sure that if it happens in the middle of the book or early on in the book, where the other characters readers give a shit about.
Okay, so we're talking about. I'm going to defend 15 minutes in the next because I fucking love. I don't love 15 minutes, but I enjoy it.
Listen, you can't. It's like when you hear people have affairs, and I can't think of a good example off the top of my head. But someone has an affair, and you see it. It's like with the frumpy, garbage picker. Like it's with someone who's not attractive and they're dating a supermodel, and you're like, why? Well, it's not sport at that point. It's just hubris and you just sticking it in wherever. Yeah. Like there's no sport to it. You had Robert De Niro in your movie. At that point, still a competent, great actor.
All right. This is before Showtime with Eddie Murphy, so yes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's still in an era where he's considered a very good actor. And you kill him off, and what do you get? You get Ed Burns. I'm sorry, you can't downgrade that much.
But it helps because you're like...
It's Ed Burns.
They take away the safety net of, it's Robert De Niro. It's the same with Scream. Drew Barrymore, American Sweetheart at that time. E.T. Everyone loved Drew Barrymore. When they gut her, in 10 minutes, it takes away the safety net.
No, that's fine because at the end of it, you have other characters who are better and who you want to keep watching.
What's wrong with Ed Burns? He's not the worst.
He's not the best, Sean.
Ed Burns. Not the best. Not the
worst. He's decidedly average.
I enjoy Ed Burns' movies. These are the ones he writes.
They're not. And I like him too. He's okay. He was in me and Steph just rewatched a movie. I thought I was going to like a lot more that I watched back in the day. It was about New York, and I can't remember. So the dad from Frasier's in it.
Brothers McCollum?
No. There were brothers, and there was, I think Jennifer Aniston's in the movie.
Oh, Groomsman?
No, it's earlier on. I can't think of it at the moment. She's the one, maybe? Ed Burns is a cabbie, like a real schlubby cabbie. Might be she's the one.
She's the one, yeah.
We've now talked about 15 minutes and she's the one. Terrible movies.
I've never seen She's the One.
In a terrible era of filmmaking.
No, okay.
Ed Burns is in both of them. And is acting terribly in both of them.
Did you see Brothers McCollum?
No.
I think you would really like that movie.
Right,
Three
I'll check it out.
Irish Catholic brothers dealing with identity crisis in New York City.
All right. As long as they don't kill off Robert De Niro.
They don't. But it's good that they killed Robert De Niro. It's good that they killed fucking Tom Hanks in Saving Private Ryan, too.
Agreed, but it happens at the end, and even if it didn't, there are other characters around him that you would like to keep watching.
I don't mind watching Ed Burns. Yeah, I don't. I really enjoy it.
But think of all the people in Saving Private Ryan, including Matt Damon.
Ed Burns owes me.
Giovanni Ribisi's in that movie. He's really good in it as the doctor. Who also gets killed off in a very graphic way, and that was shocking.
He does, and then the other one.
Vin Diesel gets killed early on in that movie.
Yeah,
a lot of people died in that movie.
The guy who was like, he was on Friends, and he played the roommate, Joey's roommate for a couple, or Chandler.
Oh yeah, that guy. Yeah, he's that guy. I don't remember his name.
Unfortunately, he's a great actor.
Great in that movie.
Yeah, Dazed and Confused as well.
Right.
But yeah, he has 2 great scenes in that movie. I think early on when he gets Normandy, and because he's Jewish and he sees a knife that used to kill Jews, he just breaks down. And then there's another one where I think he's the one who gets killed.
Yeah, he gets stabbed. Yeah,
and the other guy
very
watching.
slowly. Yeah,
yeah,
that was crazy.
Yeah.
All
right. Okay.
All right, so there we go. So we're on board with killing characters. It just has to be done right. That's our official writer's bone position from now on.
You can kill who you like.
And Ed Burns is okay in our book. He'll never come on the show now because of it.
I'm on his Twitter right now, hoping he'll come on the show. Ed Burns, why don't you come on the show?
Nice.
Your website is at .net.
All right, I'm going to enjoy some coffee. Sean, you do whatever you do.
I don't even know what I do.
All right, everyone, keep writing.